Hello there, welcome to the Greenock Morton Weekly Update as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers. Coming up today's show, you'll get a chance to win a signed jersey in May's Goal of the Month competition. But it's almost time for the campaign to start off. Pre-season will begin next week, and of course coming with the new campaign is a new era here at Capello Park. MCT are very close to formalising their takeover of the club. From Morton Club Together this morning, I spoke to Graham Barr. Well, first of all, Graham, thanks for coming in today. This has been an eagerly anticipated interview. We've had a lot of feedback. Obviously, people want to know what the situation is with MCT. First of all, tell me, how did you get involved in MCT?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jerry. So back, it was actually the night before MCT launched. Graham McLennan approached me, just looking for some support on the marketing and communication side of MCT. So I was the club's SLO at the time. So I was more than happy to help Graham out. Over that first kind of year, I was really just involved in the team and helping things move forward. As of June, July last year, I became a director of MCT, kind of tasked with leading the marketing communications team. So we've got a team of 4 in the marketing communications team, and like the whole of MCT, really strong, varied skill set. So the last year has been really fun, challenging at times, but it's been really rewarding kind of communicating with the fans about Morton Club Together, about community ownership, and now moving towards actual community ownership and talking about the club itself. From a personal point of view, I've got a marketing communications background. I've worked in marketing communications for the last kind of 6 or 7 years. Most recently moved into a kind of business role with Scottish Golf, where we look at supporting golf clubs across the country with their business operations. And then from a Morton point of view, I've been a Morton fan since about 1999 was my first game, and it was actually a 6-1 win against Clyde, so you can imagine the bar was set a bit high.
Started pretty well for you.
Yeah, it did. But then we obviously had a tough few years around 2000, so it was certainly a baptism of fire becoming a Morton fan, but been a fan ever since. And then obviously done my bit as SLO for a few years volunteering, and now through MCT, and it's been really rewarding and really exciting over the last couple of years in particular.
What's the formalities at the moment with the takeover?
Yeah, so obviously we communicated a couple of weeks ago that the legal takeover wouldn't be on that kind of 1st of June date that we'd hoped. That was largely around waiting on HMRC to come back to us. So we're pleased to say that they have come back positively now just recently. So we're now in the kind of final stages with the lawyers of just going through the kind of final steps in the process to make the takeover a formality and get the legal side of things completed. So we'll hopefully communicate a bit about that in the next couple of days to members and the wider fan base, and then we'll keep updating fans in the days running up to getting it all complete. We realise it's been a bit frustrating because that 1st of June date was there, but the key thing really is that we make sure that all the boxes are ticked and everything's done correctly, because this is a long-term project, so an extra couple of weeks in the grand scheme of things, it's just something that we've had to deal with, but we're almost there.
Key things indeed. What are the key things that community ownership can bring to this club?
Yeah, I think it's a massive opportunity for the club and the fans. Most importantly, it's a chance for the club to really engage with the fans, because they're more than just fans now, they're part owners of the club, and moving forward it's really key that fans are at the heart of everything we do. It's not going to be a light switch moment. It's not going to be come in day one and change everything. It's going to take a bit of time. Some things we'll be able to improve and get going straight away. Other things might take a bit longer, but the key thing is that from day one we're just looking to move Morton forward and give fans a club that they can really be proud of, and most importantly feel a part of. Since the Airdrie game just 2 weeks back now, we've had more than 100 members join MCT, and we're up to 850 now. So I think that's been really.
I imagine that would have pushed it quite a bit.
Absolutely, and
result and performance.
The result, obviously, keeping the championship status was a real momentum boost for the club, for MCT, for everyone. But it's been really encouraging to us to see as we approach that kind of takeover day as such that fans are still joining and the numbers are growing, and to get to 850 I think is really incredible for something that was only started just over 2 years ago. So it's been really positive. We've got a really strong team at MCT, in the leadership team. We've got a lot of people in the wider membership who have reached out to say I've got this skill set or that skill set, and that's just really encouraging as well, that there's so many people out there that just want to help. And I suppose from everyone at MCT and the club, it would just be a massive thank you to everyone that pays their money, everyone that gives up their time. We wouldn't be able to make community ownership a reality without that.
You and I are kind of smarting here at the smell of the paint in here, so that's obviously helping. What other things are going on at the club?
Yeah, there's been a lot. So as you say, there's a lot of volunteering going on at the club to get the place looking good. There's the volunteer team coming in on Sunday to do some painting, with the hope that we'll maybe be able to widen that a bit and get some other fans involved as well. On the more serious side of the club, we've had 4 chartered accountants working on the budgets over the last few months. So it was really important that as soon as the club knew what league they were going to be in, that budget was ready to go, so that the manager could get to work in the kind of key pre-season decisions, building the squad and getting ready for the new season, because by the end of the Airdrie game it was only 6-7 weeks to the first game, so it was really key that budget was ready to go so that key decisions could be made against that. From the footballing side, the team are back in next week, which I'm sure everyone at the club will be buzzing for to get that back. It doesn't feel like that long since the season finished, but there's still that buzz for the new season. So the management team are working hard to build the squad, and the club will keep updating as and when news happens on that. There's also a lot of work ongoing to make sure that the stadium and the club are compliant with the statutory elements of the league rules, the stadium certificate, and that's maybe the more boring stuff, but it's crucially important to make sure that we can get as many fans as possible in for the start of the new season, which is one of the key aims.
You mentioned volunteers. I'm going to ask you, people want to get involved, painting the stadium or whatever, how would they go about it?
Yeah, so we've got an email address, so if anyone is interested in helping out or doing anything with MCT, we've got communications@mortonclubstogether.co.uk. Just drop us an email and let us know what your skill set is, what you're interested in doing. As I say, the volunteer team are doing a bit of a pilot this Sunday to see how the kind of operation works from a volunteer point of view of painting, and the hope is that we'll maybe be able to put out a call to action to members and the fans to say, look, is anyone interested in coming and lending a hand to touch up the paint?
Well, this is your call to action now,
exactly.
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
What the weekly update?
Yeah, definitely. So, as I said, we've had huge amounts of support from volunteers since day one, and it's been incredible how many people are willing to give up their time and effort for Morton. I think it says a lot about people's love for the club. So yeah, we'll communicate over the next couple of weeks of every and any bit of support that we need, and we welcome everything.
Early days for season ticket sales. How are they going?
Yeah, it's been excellent so far. In the first 2 days we've sold, it was 220 the last time I checked, so that's been a really positive response. From an MCT point of view, we've spent the last couple of months kind of thinking about season tickets and taking on board the feedback from fans the last 2 years. And the key thing for fans was a direct debit option, which we've introduced this year, and I think about 90 of the 220 have taken that up, which has been positive. And then we also realised that Morton Club Together members are putting a lot of money and time and effort into the club, so we wanted to recognise that in some way. So we've introduced the Morton Club Together member price as well, which again has been really well received, and it was important for us that we could give a little something back to those members that have got us to where we are now. So yeah, it's been great, and the initial response to the kind of launch videos and graphics that we did that were done by Gareth at the club has been excellent. We've tried to do it a bit differently this year and make a big deal of it, and we'll keep promoting it throughout the next couple of months. But overall, 220 season tickets sold in the first 2 days is brilliant.
Did I say it? One of the successes last season was the live stream, which we got a lot of reaction to. Obviously, that the parameters will be different this season. Can you give me a wee update on that?
Yeah, so we've mentioned in this kind of season ticket story that the league rules next season will allow live streaming to continue both domestically and abroad. So we'll provide kind of further details in the coming weeks and months. We are committed to providing a live stream for next season, so that means that if you've got a season ticket and you can't make the game, or if you live down in England or abroad, you can still buy your season ticket and tune into the games even if you can't make it to Catalow. So I think that will be a real benefit to people, and I already know that there's people from England and Canada that have bought their season ticket because they know that there's going to be a live stream, so that's important. And I think it's a really good thing that the club will have.
You'd mentioned your background, marketing, communications, etc. What is your own personal vision for the club?
Yeah, so I think in recent years the club probably haven't communicated or promoted what they offer as well as they could have. I think the club do a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of great things that they offer to fans, and it's just about promoting that as much as possible. And for me, it's all about putting plans in place and making sure that the content's planned out, the communication strategy's planned out, and we have more of a marketing strategy for the club rather than maybe ad hoc promotion of season tickets or strips. So the season ticket campaign's an example of that, where we've come up with the Nothing Without You campaign and produced the video and the graphics and the website story, and we'll keep promoting that in the kind of coming weeks and next couple of months up to the start of the season. But for me, fans deserve to be communicated with openly and honestly and regularly, so moving forward that's going to be one of the key focuses. The fans are the owners of the club, so they deserve to be kept up to date and to be communicated with that in that open and transparent manner by the club, the board, whoever it may be. So really the focus is going to be making communications and marketing more fan-centric and really give that fan focus to everything that we do.
What's, and finally, the key steps in the coming days and weeks?
Yeah, so I suppose as we've talked about already, the legal formalities will be the number one thing to make sure the club is legally community owned, and we'll communicate that as soon as we can, and that'll be a really exciting day for everyone. Out with that, the preparations for the season are ongoing, so we've got as I said, the first team back in action next week in training, so that would be great to have the players back in and about the club. We are going to be communicating as the kind of legal stuff gets finalised. We'll also communicate updates on governance in terms of the Morton board and the Morton Club Together board and how that will look going forward. Morton Club Together are also going to communicate with our members to kind of give an update on the ongoing mandates, because originally MCT was set up as a 2-year contribution, and obviously since day one the goal of MCT has changed, so we need to communicate with the members and say what the plan is for ongoing contributions, and we're hoping to do that kind of next week. We're also, from a Morton Club Together point of view, looking to launch a new website in the next 7 to 10 days. So we've had our website since day one, but the new one that's coming is going to be much improved and give us more of an opportunity to shout about all the good stuff that's going on. And then finally, as a sort of teaser, from the commercial side, where we're going to be building up to launching a couple of new strips. So we've got a really exciting couple of new strips, including one that kind of pays homage to Morton's history and marks a new era of community ownership. So we're really looking forward to getting them out there and sharing them with fans kind of towards the end of this month. So that's, from a personal point of view, from the marketing and commercial side, I'm really excited about that one, and I think fans will be too.
Listen, just give us that email address one more time.
Yep, so it's communications@mortonclubtogether.co.uk, and whether it's to offer help or just get in touch or provide any feedback, that email is always open, so just drop us a message.
Graham, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having me, Jerry.
Exciting times here ahead at Capello Park. Well, thanks to Graham Barr for coming in today. Also, congratulations to George Robertson, who won April's Goal of the Month competition when he picked out Robbie Muirhead's strike against East Fife as his Goal of the Month. Big Andy agreed with him. I reckon Big Robbie will also feature heavily in our Goal of the Month competition for May. Here's your chance to win a signed jersey. Thanks for joining us on the Greenock Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers.